What a day on the Nigerian markets on Friday. With that broad overview, what's your take on what played out and your expectations for the trading week ahead?
Well, it was a pretty strong Friday, especially as Fridays tend to be a day for profit taking by most brokers and most investors. For the week ahead, it's likely to persist. The strength we saw riding into the end of last week. We're likely to see more investors try to pile into the markets. Basically, as you highlighted before, the AMC bill, which is closer to being passed, has improved sentiment significantly. We will see speculators start to take profits as we get into the middle or into the end of the week, and gains are likely to be tempered. Nonetheless, it's a bull market, if you may call it that, and we're likely to see gains.
There is, though, a lot of political noise in the country at the moment. A broker I was speaking to last week, though, was saying that there needs to be a distinction between local and foreign investors and their interpretations of what's unfolding on the political scene. But surely, if things aren't clear by the end of March, when the supplementary 2009 budget expires, the concerns and unease get spread all round, whether you be a local or a foreign investor.
Certainly. Those concerns, will persist both on the local and on the foreign level. I think there appears to be a greater sense of urgency, though, in terms of the leadership of the country, in terms of at least appearing to push forward, a lot of the, or commence a lot of the policy reforms that are required to kickstart the economy here. So a lot of those concerns are easing to a large extent. Foreign investors, of course, will likely be more concerned than local ones to the extent that they are able to follow or cover the markets less speedily than a lot of local investors. But foreign investors, by the same vein, are more likely to be attracted to the very attractive valuations we have locally, and are more likely to take a longer-term view on the market, And from that perspective, looking on a global basis, we're still likely to see a lot of foreign interest in the market.
Where budgetary plans get put on hold, one of the first sectors to spring to mind in terms of getting impacted is the buildings and material space. Now, for now, it seems to be a good defensive to put in your portfolio. But even after we saw, the bad reaction to Wapco's divvy payout, the market not reacting too well to that, even now, Wapco starting to clock in steady gains over the last couple of sessions. What's your view? Let's use Wapco as an example of this overall buildings and material space in Nigeria right now.
Yeah, it's it brings back the issue of the focus on short-term issues versus long-term issues. Wapco's results, immediate results, weren't as attractive as a lot of investors expected. Also, the dividend payout, a lot of investors frowned at that, and its share price took a hit, upon release of those results. But what we saw subsequently was that it found support, and that's really because long-term investors are focused more on the long-term prospects for the company, especially the fact that it's implementing its plans to increase its capacity to pretty much double that capacity, to play a bigger role in what previously has been an import-dominated industry. So it's that sort of sentiment is likely to spread through most of the rest of the industry. We've seen a lot of strength in the likes of Benue Cement, for instance, and investors are likely to position more in companies that look more likely to bring to fruition their plans to increase capacity, like Benue Cement, which has pretty much completed its expansion plans.
And where demand is certainly out there, Deji.